We start the second quarter here in St. Louis. Dick Stockton along with Terry Bradshaw, and Brad Benson is back in his left tackle post for the Giants. Giants have a 3rd down and 4 on the Cardinal 47. Fake inside handoff, and Sims up the middle finds Bavaro for a 1st down to the 39-yard line of St. Louis. Now, Lawrence Taylor, we have not mentioned his name. He's been in the game, has yet to make a tackle, so a quiet start for Taylor.
They've only sent him one time on a blitz, and that's the little screen we saw on the last possession by the Cardinals. Talking to their coaching staff, they believe that Taylor can play the whole game. His leg is that much better. They're not sure, but they feel like he can play the whole game. The only problem is they can't use him on the blitz. Too much stress on his leg, so they'll just use him sparingly there.
And you know it's painful for him to stay out of this game. He wants to pay the price and play. 1st and 10 for the Giants on the Cardinal 39. Sims with time, drills it, and it's incomplete. Intended for Lionel Manuel. Anthony Bell, the linebacker, was downfield covering. If you've just joined us, 2 electrifying returns by Vai Sikahema have accounted for both Cardinal scores. Sikahema with a 76-yard punt return for a touchdown, and then a 48-yard kickoff return set up the second Cardinal score. The Giants, with a nice drive, countered on Sims to Bavaro. But it's 14-7 St. Louis, and 2nd and 10 for the Giants. Sims doesn't like what he sees and calls a timeout. Terry.
Cardinals fake safety blitz with Leonard Smith, 45, coming up in the line. Sims saw that. Sims saw Leonard Smith come up at the very end. There he's circling. He's come up. He fakes it. Then he'll drop back out. He draws the audible by Phil Sims. And then Sims says, oh, my gosh, I've done the wrong thing. Now they check out and go to a zone.
And so the Cardinals force Sims and the Giants to call one of their 3 timeouts. Early here in the second quarter, the Giants at 2nd and 10 on the Cardinal 39. Sims goes up the middle, and he's got Bavaro close to a 1st down. Let's see where they spot it. He caught it at about the 30 or 29. Leonard Smith making the tackle.
Bavaro, 89, one of those smart tight ends, comes down inside, will read the safeties and the linebackers and sit down, and Sims and Bavaro have a read route. Notice he's running down the field, sees the linebackers, turns around, goes in front of Leonard Smith, the safety, and just sits it down. A little option read route while on the run between he and the quarterback.
He's caught 3 passes so far, and the Giants have a 1st down on the St. Louis 29, trailing by a touchdown. And a hard hit. Joe Morris is met at the 30, and a loss on the play by Bob Clasby. And Clasby met Morris before. In their first meeting this year, he stripped Joe Morris of the ball, caused a fumble that set up the only St. Louis touchdown of the first meeting.
They likened Bob Clasby to Butts, the defensive tackle for the Washington. Dave Butts, the tackle for the Washington Redskins. He's big. You can't move him out of there. He just sits there and takes up the whole side of the offensive line.
2nd and 10. They call it no gain. Sims going to Manuel at the sideline, and Manuel caught it inbounds at the 16. Mark Jackson was covering, but that's a 13-yard pickup and another Giant 1st down. Giants were easy winners the first time these teams played. They beat the Cardinals 30-7. In fact, Giants are looking for their 6th in a row over the Cardinals, and their margin of victory has been huge in recent years.
That old thing that if you beat me the first time at your place and you beat us bad when you come to play us, hey, I'm going to get even. I'm going to do my best to get even with you.
That's what you should think.
That's absolutely.
1st and 10 Giants on the Cardinals 16. Sims down at the 26. David Galloway with the sack.
Galloway 65 coming off the injured reserve list right in the center of your screen. 43 Lonnie Young. He's disappearing because he's doubling out to the right side, and Sims trying to find someone with single coverage, doesn't have the time, and finally Galloway gets in and makes the sack.
Galloway was sidelined since August with a fractured left arm. He returned briefly in passing situations against the Redskins last week, starting this week, and has a sack. Loss of 9. It's 2nd and 19 for the Giants. Sims wide open is Adams out of the backfield, and Adams gets to the 21-yard line. Gain of 4. Tim McDonald and Lonnie Young on the play, but Terry, it's evident that the Giants are strictly going through the air and not running the ball, which has been their problem.
When you haven't been running the football successful and you come into a contest like this, the first thing that a quarterback thinks is, we're not going to be able to run it. Yes, we want to run it. Yes, we're going to try, but psychologically and emotionally, you don't feel like you can do it, and that's probably one of the problems. None of them feel that they can really run it. They're going to have to throw it.
3rd and 15 at the 21. Galbraith back in, 3 wide now. Pressure on Sims. And he's got Bavaro, the tight end, but he stopped well short of a first down. 4th catch by Bavaro, but Mark Jackson had shadowed him well, and Travis Curtis, the nickelback, also combined to make the tackle. And it's 4th down, and Raul Allegre will come in to attempt a field goal. So of the Giants, 29 plays thus far, 8 have been running plays, 29 passes. Here's Allegre with Rutledge holding. This will be a 29-yard attempt by Allegre, who has been solid the last 3 weeks. And this kick is blasted through the uprights. 10:57 showing in the first half, and the Giants coming back trailing 14-10. There's the dangerous Vai Sikahema standing and waiting for the Cardinals as Raul Allegre gets set to kick off for New York. Allegre's 29-yard field goal has brought the Giants to within 4 points of the Cardinals here early in this second quarter. End over end. And it's taken by Sikahema, and he brings it out to the 31-yard line. Gary Reason's making the tackle. So the Cardinals go on offense 1st and 10. Cardinals 5-7 on the season. And their first game ever at St. Louis, when they moved from Chicago in 1960, was against the New York Giants. They were beaten in that game, and they had 26,000 fans, and that may be close to what we have this afternoon in what many people think could be the last game ever played here in St. Louis. A look at the St. Louis Cardinal bench, and of course they've had to play with a half-empty stadium this year, not knowing where they're going to play next year. Cardinals with a 1st and 10 on the 31, penalty marker down, and the pass intended for Robert Awalt is incomplete, and it was Carl Banks covering. Flag is down, though.
Penalty flag down.
J.T. Smith, illegal motion. We're having a slight problem with the official's microphone. Where will the Big Red be in 1988? And of course, a lot of people conjecture, but Baltimore, maybe if they do leave, and of course the people in St. Louis hope they don't, but, or do they, the way they come out, but Baltimore would build a stadium just for football. Jacksonville has an old stadium. Penalty, by the way, is declined. People have talked about Phoenix, but the Cardinals then would be tenants with Arizona State at Tempe at the stadium there, and Baltimore could be a candidate. One of the popular sports columnists, John Stedman from Baltimore, is here today. So
if I were a player, I'd want to go with Warren. Send me to Jacksonville, Florida.
You can go. 2nd down and 10 at the 31-yard line. Pitch to Stump Mitchell. Wolfley blocking in front. And Mitchell fighting his way just shy of the 40-yard line, will miss a first down by 2 yards, but a good hard run by Stump Mitchell. And it was Pepper Johnson and Kenny Hill combining to make the tackle. Pepper Johnson strictly has not played his way off the team. He has replaced Gary Reasons at inside linebacker. He's in his 2nd year at Ohio State, and he continues to hold his job. Parcells says he'll have to play his way off, and he has not. 3rd down and 2 for St. Louis. Mitchell close to a first down. He had to get to the 41-yard line.
Mitchell, the ball carrier. Tackle by Taylor.
Lawrence Taylor. First tackle of the game for Taylor, who has been bothered by the hamstring, and it is a Cardinal first down.
Kind of a strange blitz by Lawrence Taylor that time. He blitzed from way off the line of scrimmage, and when you're trying to stop a team in a short yardage situation there, you would probably want to be up a little tighter, I would imagine. So far off, he got there a little bit late.
9:45 remaining in the first half. The Cardinals with a first down and the lead at 14-10 here in the second quarter. Lomax and his tight end Awalt started a run before he caught the ball. Kenny Hill was closest to him.
Awalt's been a real surprise for the Cardinals, guys. He's caught 34 passes for 4 TDs, and of all the tight ends in the last 6 weeks, he ranks 3rd in the National Football League in tight end receptions. Today we got a real battle. We got Awalt and we've got Bavaro, 2 fine tight ends. He dropped that one.
Awalt's played only 6 games, a rookie out of San Diego State. Rookie of the Year candidate, but Jay Novacek, the man he replaced, has been activated now. 2nd and 10 for the Cardinals on their own 41-yard line. 9:36 to go. Penalty marker down. We may have encroachment. The pass to Awalt is caught from Lomax, but markers are down, and so is Awalt at the 46-yard line by Kenny Hill.
Mark Bright trying to get a description of the penalty, but this is going to be against the Giants, and you can credit Lomax for voice inflection that time, going up, going hut 1, hut 2, went hut 1, hut 2 real loud, drew the Giants off sides.
It was the right side. Eric Howard, the nose tackle, had jumped. So it is still 2nd down. 2nd and 5.
It's the old saying, you watch the ball, you try to block out the quarterback. The Giants had problems last week against the Eagles in going off sides, not watching the ball, but watching the players and listening to the quarterback.
At the Cardinal 46. Lomax with pressure. He completes his pass for the first down, and making the grab is J.T. Smith, who leads the NFL in receiving. He set a club record with 80 catches last year and has 72 so far, and it was Perry Williams who wrapped him up, but not before the Cardinals have a first down in Giant territory at the 46-yard line.
Kenny Hill, strong safety for the Giants, coming up late with an outside safety blitz, and Lomax saw it beautifully, turned around and threw the little 12-yard hitch over there to J.T. Smith.
Forgotten man in Kansas City made a big splash here in St. Louis. Pull off the left side by Stump Mitchell. And Mitchell picks up 7 or 8 yards, and meeting him was Kenny Hill. So Stump Mitchell getting underway. It was the top Cardinal ground gainer the last 2 years. 2nd to Earl Farrell this time.
When you play against a 3-4 defense, which is what the Giants run, there are 2 bubbles, and both of them are over the guards. Normally you would pull the guards, but that time the Cardinals elected to fire their guards out. Both that time, Pete, the left guard, and Sharp, the left tackle. Good job of blocking.
8 minutes to go in the first half. Now Wolfley, the fullback, sets. Late handoff to Wolfley. He has the first down, but the Cardinals are fortunate that they didn't have a mishandle and a fumble on that play. Eric Howard and George Martin made the stop.
Quarterback Lomax, when you pivot around to make a cross or a cross buck type action where you turn around to the left and hand back to the right, sometimes the quarterback will spin in place and not come over that one step necessary to get the ball to the running back.
But the Cardinals have the first down on the Giant 35, 1st and 10. Wolfley scored a 6-yard touchdown. Sikahema with a big punt return for a score. Here's Awalt. And Awalt can't get away from Kenny Hill, and so far, Terry, the Giant strong safety Kenny Hill has had a very busy first half.
Simple little zone that time. Kenny Hill standing out there, and Awalt, notice he comes off, he looks up for the strong safety, find out how deep he is, breaks his little sideline route off, makes about a 4-yard break, gets the ball from Lomax, then tries to get up and get the first down. But it's a little read pattern, and where the safety plays determines how deep he goes with his route.
Hill has had a bruised left shoulder. It was in a sling as late as Wednesday of this week. And he's had a lot to do so far here. 2nd and 3 for the Cardinals on the Giant 28. Pitch to Mitchell. Changes direction. And there's Kenny Hill who brings him down. Ad-libbing by Stump Mitchell. He saw nothing off the left side, and Kenny Hill stuck with him. And down goes Mitchell at the 23-yard line.
58 Banks comes on a hot chase. He gets up inside, but he's going to end up missing Stump Mitchell. There he's in hot pursuit. Then Mitchell says, whoa, I'm going the wrong way. He stops and cuts back against the rain going by Banks. And then, of course, there's the strong safety, Kenny Hill. As he stayed in place, had he pursued, then probably Mitchell would have got the big first down.
He has the first down at the 23-yard line.
Got it anyway.
6:20 remaining in the first half. Cardinals leading by 4 on the mark. And Wolfley carries for a couple close to the 20-yard line and might have picked up as much as 4 yards on the play.
With Lawrence Taylor playing his normal position, which is right outside linebacker, and Banks at left outside linebacker, Lawrence Taylor is teamed up with Leonard Marshall, the right end. Most of the teams starting since the Cowboys played the Giants, the Cowboys ran at Taylor and Marshall away from Banks, figuring they could neutralize the speed of Taylor because Banks wouldn't pursue. But we saw a while ago that Banks does pursue.
2nd down and 7 at the 20. Cardinals 14-10. Lomax over the top to Awalt. Touchdown. He beat Kenny Hill by a mile. Fifth touchdown receiving of the year by Neil Lomax. His 20th TD strike for the quarterback.
Awalt, the tight end, will come off the football and go straight down the field. It's man coverage. As you can see, Kennard, the free safety, comes over, bluffs at Awalt, pulls off, and it messes up Kenny Hill as he lays to the outside. Awalt cut back to the inside for the touchdown.
It's 20-10 St. Louis, and Al Del Greco, who lost his job a couple of weeks ago in Green Bay. One of 2 kickers active today, place kickers for St. Louis, adds the conversion. And with 5:35 remaining in the first half, Awalt has given the Cardinals a 21-10 lead.
The life of a quarterback is you have to have poise and courage to stand in under great pressure, make the big pass. You see it's a touchdown, you look up and you give a little smile and say, it's all worth it, fellas.
There's the scoring drive by the Cardinals, capped by Lomax's 20th touchdown pass. Roussan and Ingram, and it's Roussan at the 5-yard line, bringing it back for the Giants. Almost had his head taken off and now gets ahead of speed. And gets into Cardinal territory, does Roussan, with a tremendous return. Troy Johnson making the tackle. And a kick return of 49 yards could put the Giants in business, though they trail by a score of 21-10. Cardinals lead the Giants 21-10. Dick Stockton and Terry Bradshaw. It's been a game of long kick and punt returns, and the Giants have a first down at the St. Louis 47-yard line. Throwing on first down against pressure, and the pass intended for Odessa Turner incomplete. Roussan's 49-yard kickoff return was the longest of his career. Sikahema's had 2 big returns himself.
Notice Nico Noga inside, outside will be another linebacker. Bell on the other side will be E.J. Jr. All 3 blitzing for a 7-man rush on first down on Phil Simms. Notice Noga right up to the middle, puts pressure on Simms, turns around, recognizes it, just thrown behind his receiver.
2nd and 10. Simms looking for Manuel, and coming out is Leonard Smith, the strong safety who converged on the play and defensed Manuel perfectly.
Manuel on Mark Jackson. This is the place where the Giants would like to attack a young man. Even the Cardinals say, we don't know what he can do. We have no idea. Manuel has that one step. But the director of the defense, Leonard Smith, strong safety, he's over there to make sure that the young guy has plenty of help from the strong safety. The director. The strong safeties for the Cardinals direct, and they want their free safeties to hit.
That'll bring up a 3rd down at the 47. Mark Ingram, McConkey, and Turner are the 3 wide receivers. Simms, and diving is McConkey. and he made the catch short of a first down by a yard. Lonnie Young was there to make the stop, but the Giants did not get enough for first down yardage as McConkey is stopped at the 38-yard line of St. Louis. So now it's fourth down, and the Giants, who trail 21-10, have a 4th and 1, and Bill Parcells has made his decision, and he will go for the yardage.
I think that's a wise decision. Sims and McConkey are the two people that have been most active in the Giant passing attack because the Cardinals, quite frankly, think one man can cover McConkey.
And they didn't make it. Joe Morris ganged up, and the Cardinals defense has held. The Cardinal offense is already on the field. They knew it right away as Joe Morris hit a brick wall, and the Cardinals hold and take over on down.
The thing Parcells was talking about is you have to play with emotion. If you want to get the first downs, you get the first downs. You can get them. But if you don't, then this is what's happening. As you can see, the emotion side of this football game belongs with the Cardinals.
Keep in mind, the Vikings lost to the Green Bay Packers, and the Cardinals know that if they wind up in a tie with Minnesota, they would make the playoffs because of a better conference record. That picture may say it all. Look at two people there and the thoughts of a lot of sports fans in St. Louis.
One of the guys told me before the game, hey, don't be too hard on our fans here. I said, fans are fans. You win, you pack this joint. If you don't win, it's like this.
First down for the Cardinals after holding the Giants. They're on their 38-yard line. Lomax, and it's Awalt diving for a gain of a couple on the play to the 42, 43. And right now, for an NFL Today report, let's check in again with Brent Musburger. Brent?
Dick, let me follow up on your comment about the Cardinals giving chase to the Vikings. We got a second team giving chase right now, too. The Los Angeles Rams, and they are performing surgery on Scott Campbell and the Falcons. Here's Irvin's interception. Incidentally, he apparently has verbally agreed to a new contract. And the Rams right now are routing the Falcons 19-0, giving chase to Minnesota. Back to Dick.
And Brent, I don't think any team would want to play the LA Rams right now the way they've been tearing through the league. And that's a notice to the 49ers, who have them in a couple of weeks. 2nd and 5 for the Cardinals on the 43. Pitch to Mitchell. And Mitchell breaks a couple and gets a first down into Giant territory to the 45. Carl Banks makes the stop, but not before Stump Mitchell picks up 12 yards.
Leonard Marshall, 70, one of the most frustrated players for the Giants, talking about coming out playing with great intensity. Notice the inside, he gets hooked. He gets inside, pushed inside, and then, of course, Stump Mitchell goes in behind him. Leonard Marshall, sore shoulder has slowed him down, but played big against St. Louis. Mitchell on first down at the 45. Loses a yard or two on the play, and once again Carl Banks lurks as you watch the time remaining in the first half. Loss of 1 on the play will bring up 2nd down and 11 at the 41-yard line of New York. You have to be very careful in your play selection when you're playing the Giants because of their great outside linebackers and their speed, and with the blitzing capabilities they have, this is the ideal situation that the Giants would like to have the Cardinals in. 2nd and 11. Lomax has hit his last 4. 3 of them to Awalt, and now a tight formation. Swing it out to Smith on a wide receiver screen. Might have been designed for more and picked up a couple to the 43, and Mark Collins was there to prevent a big gainer. Everyone coming up inside. The Giants getting up inside, showing all-out blitz, and then Lomax having to say to himself, are these guys really going to do this, or are they not? He looks outside and says, I guess they are, throws it out to Smith. Well, there are a lot of players on the Giants who have kind of been lethargic this year, but Mark Collins is not one of them. In his 2nd year, he has made a big jump over last season. 3rd down and 8 for St. Louis on the Giant 43. Of Don Holmes, incomplete. Mark Collins defending that side. So it'll be 4th down, and Greg Horn will come in to presumably punt for the Cardinals with 2 minutes and 11 seconds remaining in the first half. key word in the game of football is intensity, and you can see in Leonard Marshall, number 70, look at this, the spin move, swing, push, gets underneath, Nash at this guy, fighting for his job. Isn't that what Parcells said earlier in the week? I don't think he's fighting for his job, be honest with you.
He'll be around a while.
I think so.
Horn will kick, and Phil McConkey is back for the Giants on 4th down and 8 for St. Louis. And a penalty marker goes down, running into the kicker. Adrian White, Giant rookie, and the Cardinals will maintain possession on a 1st down. Adrian White, the 2nd-round pick from Florida, had run into Greg Horn.
It's hard to say that he ran into Greg Horn or whether or not he was blocked into him, because that time, Clyde 36 came right up the middle. He was sidestepping people, and he was bumping into everyone. Let's see. Straight up the middle, number 36, coming up right in the center of your screen, gets by, ducks his head, and unfortunately does run into the kicker Horn.
So that gives the Giants a life and more misery for Bill Parcells. Gary Reasons has replaced Pepper Johnson, an inside linebacker. 1st and 10 Cardinals, and what a catch by Awalt inside the 15. Terry Kennard and Kenny Hill. Good for 24 yards, and that was a bullet and a superb grab.
Awalt, similar to the touchdown pass he caught earlier, straight down the middle of the field, coming into your picture on the left. Reasons turns him loose, and as soon as Reasons, 55, turns him loose, Neil Lomax gets the ball to Awalt.
And our 2-minute warning is here. That's the time remaining following the 2-minute warning, and the Cardinals getting a second life when their kicker Horn was run into by Adrian White, and the big 24-yard pass play to Awalt. And the Cardinals, who have really improved their scoring inside the 20 in the last 5 games, have a 1st and 10 on the Giant 14. Wolfley, the fullback, he has scored a touchdown earlier in the game on a similar play, and now gets close to the 5-yard line, shy of a 1st down by a yard. Will bring up 2nd down.
Exact same play that Wolfley ran earlier for the touchdown. Just a little reverse by Lomax, hands it off to him. Nothing fancy about the blocking, other than the fact that the offensive line of the Cardinals right now is controlling the defensive line of the Giants.
Gene Stallings, and most of his defeats in a couple of years here in St. Louis have been less than 7 points. 2nd down, and call it 2. Giant might have moved. There's a penalty marker down. Stump Mitchell gets inside the 5 and in for the touchdown. Ron Wolfley put down the block. If it's against the Giants, it'll be Wolfley's 2nd touchdown of the game.
Outside, 58, defense, decline, touchdown.
Carl Banks was offside. Stump Mitchell scores. Wolfley on the block. So both men in the backfield have scored for the Cardinals this afternoon.
Awalt, 80, from his left side, comes across to the right, and he throws the lead block. Wolfley, 24, kicks out the strong safety, Hill, and then the good job of running this time by Mitchell. There comes 24, Wolfley. He kicks out Hill, and then Stump Mitchell cuts back inside to Kennard.
Al Del Greco's kick is no good. Off to the left. So the lead is 27-10 in favor of the Cardinals. And they have exploded here in the 2nd quarter. Cardinals leading 27-10, and Jim Gallery, who's been kicking all day for the Cardinals on kickoffs. Del Greco had missed the conversion, as it's 27-10 now on a low bouncing kick heading over to Roussan at the 10-yard line. And Roussan is dropped at the 21. Special teams have put the Giants in a big hole in this game, and that's been the story. 2 returns by Sikahema, one a punt return for a touchdown, the other a kickoff return that set up a touchdown. And then running into the Cardinal punter, which gave St. Louis a new life, and they converted for the touchdown. That's Al Del Greco, who came over from Green Bay and missed the extra point, and I guess he's still auditioning.
Absolutely.
First down, Giants, with 1:07 remaining in the first half, trailing by 17. Up the middle, Bavaro gets a few extra yards after the catch and a first down to the 37. He picks up 17.
That's what Bavaro gives you, 4-yard completion, and then he picks up another 13 yards on his own.
Second down. Again, Bavaro stopped short of a first down. The Giants with 2 timeouts left in the first half. Lonnie Young and Gregory Johnson making the stop. Now they start it again. Ball is at the Giant 47. Up the middle is Tony Galbraith with a rare running play for him. Normally the receiver picks up a first down at the Cardinal 39, and the Giants will stop the clock with their second timeout of the first half. 21 seconds to go. Here's our story with 21 seconds left in the first half. The Cardinals rolling out to a 27-10 lead. The Giants now down to 1 timeout, and they have a first down at the Cardinal 39 after picking up their first rushing first down of the game.
Sims will try to work the sidelines, try to make the completions, get the first down, save that 1 timeout for a field goal if it's necessary.
Sims short. He was going for Lionel Manuel, and covering was Carl Carter. Stops the clock with 16 seconds.
The Giants' offense with Sims in there reminds me so much of the way the Steelers' offense was, and it takes a little longer to throw the football because of the routes. The routes by the Giants, by their wide receivers, are 15 to 20 to 25 yards. Takes a little longer, but boy, when you make those completions, you get big chunks of yardage quick.
Second down and 10.
Let's go, D!
Sims with time, and it's knocked away. Penalty marker down at the line of scrimmage. Manuel, or Stephen Baker, the intended receiver, and Tim McDonald was defending, but there is a penalty marker at the line of scrimmage. It's against New York. Sims had the most pass attempts of the season last week, 34. He already has thrown 27 this afternoon, and we're still in the first half.
Holding, number 68, offense, second down.
Damian Johnson, the right guard, who has come in for Godfrey. There's Ron Earhart, the offensive coordinator, next to Bill Parcells.
You only have to look at the scoreboard to ask yourself, why has Sims thrown so many passes? Hey, they're behind. The Eagles have absolutely kept the pressure on their offense the entire first half.
Brett Nerve will have scores and highlights coming up at halftime. Second and 20 for the Giants, back at midfield. Up the middle, Galbraith with 4 seconds, 3, and 3 seconds to go, and another timeout, and the last timeout called by the Giants. But Terry, it's true that they've had to throw since they've been behind, but it looked like that they were throwing the ball early in the ball game, even when they were down 7-0 and tied 7-7.
That was the thing I was talking about. Yes, we want to try to run the football. Yes, we want to do this and we want to do that. The balanced offense for Ron Earhart's Giant offensive machine is balance. Let's run, let's throw it. They haven't been able to do that this year for whatever reasons. I think it's mostly, emotional. You got to want to block. You got to want to run. You got to do all those things and play with that emotion. And they just haven't demonstrated that, I don't think, in the first half. So consequently, what do? You throw the football, and that's not all bad.
Giants will try to get 3, and it'll be a long one. Looks like a 53-yard attempt, and that would match Allegre's longest kick of the year with 3 seconds to go. A 53-yarder by Allegre will not carry. It is short and off to the right, and that'll do it for the first half. So the fans cheer as the St. Louis Cardinals get a standing ovation. And the fans hope the Cardinals win if this is indeed their last game here. And the Cardinals have dominated the Giants. And that is the end of the first half here in St. Louis with the score. The Cardinals 27, the Giants 10.